Good morning and welcome to Nice Top, Jason.
Thanks very much.
Was that my old top, Jason?
No.
It was, wasn't it, Jason?
No.
Have you stole it, Jason?
No.
Welcome to Tea and Toast, everybody. You have. That's Jason.
And that's Greg, and this isn't his top, but this is Tea and Toast. And coming up on today's episode, Greg, we're talking about our favourite annuals.
And how did he steal my top?
So, Greg, I would like you to tell me what your favourite 3 annuals are or were.
3.
3.
You want me to do 3?
Annuals were a big part of our childhood, weren't they, Greg? We love annuals. You may have noticed we have a few around the studio. And we collect them. We collect them in our retro collectors videos, don't we?
Well, I've got a load anyway from growing up. I'm sure you have as well, haven't you?
But I want you to tell me what your top 3 are.
That's tough, that is, Jason.
First one, off you go.
I know, but I mean, I've got a load down here. I've got to try and choose. Right, number 3, I'm going to go with WWF.
I thought that might have been higher on your...
No, well, you'll see why in a minute. But WWF, not E, because it was WF then when it was proper. Yeah.
Was that the Panda Fund?
Yeah, they got done for it, didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this was in this. I mean, every Christmas. Great pictures inside. Oh, bless him. Great pictures inside. However, most of these pictures I'd always seen because I was a big fan of wrestling. So in actual fact, what I'm saying is these annuals were particularly rubbish. But
I told you something about the British Bulldog that you didn't know, didn't I, Greg? That he is Davy Boy Smith, who used to come in on the shoulders of Big Daddy on Saturday afternoon wrestling.
Amazing,
as a little boy.
Amazing. So, like I said, all these wrestlers were, I mean, Bret Hart. Yeah, there's nothing in here. There's a crossword I did. Oh,
Did you get it right?
That's me doing the crossword as a very young boy. Yeah, but like I said, all these pictures I'd seen, so nothing was ever new. But it was just having the annual at Christmas. It was great. So that's my top 3 because I had a load of these. But that's about 1991. That one, I think.
I'm just gonna have a cough because I'm poorly. Here's my number 3, I think. He-Man, Masters of the Universe annual. Now this was out every year, and there was another one over there as well. Look, but most years it was all drawn. There was all comic strips and things in it.
Like that?
Yeah, a bit like that. And they were good.
Oh, I've ruined the set, Jason.
But I particularly like this one, Greg, because not only has it got this hologram here, which I'm sure came on everybody's. I don't think I stuck that on. But it also included actual photographs of the toys.
Great marketing point there, wasn't it?
Yeah, look at that.
Because that would make me want to go. Oh, that would make me want to go out and have that, and that would make me also make my mum and dad spend. What was it? About £100.
Lots of money on Castle Grayskull. See, I've still got a lot of these toys. Well, I haven't still got them. They're not mine from my childhood, which is a shame. But we've collected them, and we've got Castle Grayskull somewhere as well, haven't we, Greg?
It's there, Jason.
Oh yes. But yeah, that's my number 3.
What was that one then? There's a figure in there.
Oh, the Faker, the blue He-Man.
Yeah, what's that all about?
I can't quite remember.
Why was
I
he
remember
blue?
the figure.
Why was he
It
blue?
would have been a baddie in something, wouldn't it?
A faker He-Man?
Yeah.
Well, I'm shocked.
What's your next one, Greg?
Well, I'm going to go with this one, Jace.
Thundercats, Greg?
Yeah, I'm going to throw Thundercats into the mix here because I don't think anybody my age grew up without loving Thundercats. So to get an annual was brilliant at Christmas.
See, I liked Thundercats a lot. It was on after school and all that, but I don't think I ever asked for the annual.
No, if I'm honest, I don't think I got many. But I think if we're talking about the best annuals, I mean, these were some really good drawings.
Didn't do that maze, did you?
No, but these are some really good drawings, and they weren't the usual, you know, where the colours never actually fit into the actual drawings. You've got a real word for that, haven't you? What's that called when the print is wrong?
I don't know, Greg.
You were quite clever on that before, Jason. You sounded quite intelligent.
I don't know.
When
Let's move on.
when it's misprinted and it's like,
I would just call it a misprint.
yeah. So ooh.
Oh well.
So how good nick is this? I thought it's worth a fortune.
Another game to play. Look, all you need is a dice and some counters.
Oh, that's amazing. Well, I'm gonna play that now. So yeah, Thundercats is mine.
Would you like to see my number 2? Annual.
Oh, thank goodness. I'm glad you didn't say number 1.
This might surprise you, Greg. BMX annual 1987. Weren't expecting that on the list, were you?
No.
I love these annuals because I loved BMX. I loved my BMX, but I could never afford any of this gear when I was a kid, although I thought that I would be a really good BMX racer and freestyler. And this had some amazing pictures in it of all the gear you could buy, pictures of people doing freestyle and racing, and it had things like that in it, Greg. Look at that. And it also gave you these handy guides on how to build your own ramp, because most of us, when we were 12 years old, had 2 sheets of half-inch exterior plywood about, didn't we? Some 2x4 studs, a hammer, a pack of wood screws, a tube of glue, screwdriver and a power or handsaw. We had all of that stuff, didn't we?
Well, no, because with my BMX, I actually had one of them as well. We used to just go down the back of my park and there was a proper BMX track, so I didn't need any of that.
What's your next one, Greg?
Is this number 2? No, it's number 1, isn't it?
Number 1.
This is it. My number 1, Jason. And there's going to be a few others I'm going to throw in the mix afterwards that didn't make the top 3. But it has to be for me. The Beano. This is a proper annual. You won't get more proper than this unless you like Dandy or something like that. But Beano was it. Characters were brilliant. I must have literally hundreds of these.
Ganasha.
Ganasha. Because it was Ganasha in your head, wasn't it?
What's that you've written there?
That says wrong, and that says right, but I didn't know how to spell wrong because I was probably, well, this is 1981, so I was 1. Pretty intelligent for even writing there. I think you're fine.
You sure it wasn't your brothers?
Brilliant characters, Minnie the Minx, loved all them.
There's a photo of Nick Faldo there.
Nick Faldo, yeah. The Bash Street Kids, one of my favourites. I think I've got their boxer shorts on now for some reason. Bash Street. Billy Whiz, loved him. Hank's Store.
Don't remember that one.
Don't remember that one. Oh, there's John Lowe, the dart player.
How did you know he's a dart player?
Roger the Dodger, one of the best ever. Ball Boy.
Ray Reardon.
Grandpa. I forgot about Grandpa.
Why is there pictures of snooker, darts and golfing?
They're trying to
many young people were into those sports.
Trying to make it more realistic though, aren't they? Corker the Porker. I don't think you get away with that nowadays, do you? Oh, another one there.
Bjorn Borg.
And you can, of course, the bonus was joining the fan club.
Oh, I remember that. I think I was in the Beano fan club.
Yep, so all them great characters, which Lord Snooty, you can't beat it. That's a proper annual.
I wasn't in any other fan clubs though, in the 80s.
I think you were, Jason.
No, I wasn't.
And I think we've already established this before, because you weirdo, you was in Shakin' Stevens fan club. And you used to sit outside his house screaming, didn't you, Jason? With banners.
Oh.
I love you, Shaky.
Right, Greg. Here's my number 1. The Looking Television Annual.
Ooh.
I loved these annuals because they had all your favourite programmes in, didn't they? This one was only £2.25.
Blimey, how much was that one, by the way?
This is early 80s, I think, this one. But look at this,
Oh, it's
Greg.
been clipped.
Showed you how Wurzel Gummidge's makeup was done. You got some clips. You got
Sorry, the wrestling one was £4.50.
rip off.
Absolutely.
You got some TV crosswords here. TV music crosswords.
Oh, you haven't done them either.
Cliff Richard, Metal Mickey.
Metal Mickey.
I love Metal Mickey. And yeah, and that's the reason I love these. This is a very early 80s one. Look at that colour picture of Adamant there.
Is there any Shakin' Stevens in there?
Probably. He was always featured. Oh, Buck Rogers.
That'll probably be folded, that page, won't it?
Spot the difference, Greg.
You haven't done any of them.
Well, I can tell you the difference between those two pictures. That one you can actually see. That one you can't.
Well, that's just a big circle around all then, isn't it?
So there you go, that's my number 1.
Really?
Yeah.
Should we show some others that didn't make the top 3?
Yeah.
Not half.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna go in with obviously the best one ever, Fame, because I want to live forever.
You do know we're still recording, don't you, Greg?
Obviously, I'm going to throw in this one,
Yeah, I'd agree there.
Knight Rider. I mean, that's it. The only thing always disappointed me with these, and this is why it didn't make the top 3, is because look at the cover, you think, yes, Knight Rider annual, and you open it up, and it's these horrendous drawings which make no sense. I mean, look at over the legs in here. There.
Oh, hello.
They make no sense. There's no real. I mean, look at that. There's no real pictures in here. What's that? So that's why it didn't. Well, that sort of ruins it. But that's the reason it didn't make the top.
Here's another honourable mention, Greg. Real Ghostbusters Annual.
The what?
The Real Ghostbusters Annual.
Ghostbusters! Yeah, that's great. That had to be there. Crisp, clean.
Of course, there were no real pictures in this because it was a cartoon anyway, but there's a little Slimer hand puppet you can make there. Make your own Slimer hand puppet. How good is that? Oh, and another game, Greg. We need to get some dice and play some of these games.
I can't believe you don't remember what I was talking about, Jason, when the print wasn't off, when it was all off.
I can't remember now.
That would have been perfect. Should we put the one on that we both think should be top of everything?
Yeah.
I mean, right up there.
And not because we had it as kids, but because we've got it as adults. Let's say no more. You may have spotted her in the background in many of our episodes.
Now, we changed our set. I say set. We change these annuals every episode for those who do actually watch. But this one, you might notice,
Always stays.
stays. Why is that? Oh, I'm only recently married, mate.
It's a really good annual.
It's a good annual. It's got nothing to do with us both having real huge crushes on this. My wife watches this.
Mine doesn't.
Oh well, he has a really big crush on Helen. What's her last name?
Slater.
Slater. Yeah, forgot. I don't really care about names. But the annual was good because look, real pictures. But it wasn't like a yearly thing, was it? So that's why it's not in there. But it is definitely our favourite annual ever of all time ever, isn't it?
Yes. Well, Greg, it's Friday.
Is it?
Yes. Are you having fun?
I thought we've established that we don't do this on a Friday.
It goes out on a Friday sometimes.
When the editor can be bothered.
But I'm having fun. Are you?
No.
Oh, that kind of ruins the next bit then, because it's Fun Fact Friday, Greg. Here we go, Greg, with a Fun Fact Friday. I've only got time for one each today.
You've only got time for one each?
I've only got time for one each, yeah.
Good English, Jake.
Here we go. My fun fact, Greg, is that Ronald McDonald is called Donald McDonald in Japan because they don't have a clear R sound in the Japanese language, so he's called Donald McDonald.
Donald McDonald?
Donald McDonald.
That actually sounds better, to be fair, doesn't it?
I suppose so.
Donald McDonald.
Yeah.
That was very interesting, Jason.
Thanks very much.
Do you want mine?
Yes.
Okay. Did you know, Jason, the most farting animals, that's the animals that fart the most, in other words, are actually termites. They fart the most.
How do people know?
Well, someone's obviously counted.
Termites are like that big?
Well, termites fart the most. Then, next in line is camels. They fart the most. Then zebras. Then cows. And then sheep. Sheep fart a lot, Jason.
Well, who knew?
That chop I had, though, thinking about it the other day, that did stink of
Ah, yeah, but that's all we've got time for, Greg.
Oh, right.
Today on Tea and Toast, so we'll see you the next time that Greg can be bothered to get out of bed and do this.
How dare you?
How very dare you.
How very dare you.
Bye.
See you.